starting to miss it. Starting to miss the point. I'm starting to miss it. Starting to miss the point. I'm starting to miss it. Starting to miss the point. I'm starting to miss the point. To miss the point.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to The Art of Missing the Point. It's a podcast asking the important question, the one that's burning on everyone's minds. Are we missing the point? Are you missing the point? Or is the whole damn world missing the point? I am one of your hosts, Brian.
And this is Ruth.
And it's been it's been a long time.
It's been a full minute. Yeah,
it's been a while. Sorry.
Nice.
I shouldn't have done that. That was terrible.
I don't
So I'd like that stricken from the record.
Too late.
Damn it.
Too late.
But I edit it. I can cut out my own horribleness.
I mean, you can if you want to.
No, that's okay.
What am I going to do about it?
Own horribleness. Why would I cut out my own horribleness? That's what
I
live and
everybody's
breathe by.
been busy, you know? Like, man, it's funny how life catches up with you and you don't even notice that all the fun shit that you like to do has fallen by the wayside for a while. So I'm very grateful to you, Brian, for really pushing us back onto the road. When we went off into the weeds for however long it is that we were away. Hi, everyone. How's it going?
Yeah. What's your favorite canned soup right now? That's the question that I'm going to give everyone for the week. And
do you have a favorite canned soup?
Yeah, I mean, not that I'm like eating canned soup all the time, but you know, okay. I like that Progresso, like the one with the really big chicken. They just put a whole chicken in the can. It's just a whole.
That's what FDR wanted, right?
That's right. Like a chicken in a can for every family.
Yeah, every household.
Everyone is just happy. No, it's got the big noodles, I guess.
Oh,
that one's pretty legit.
That one. Yeah, I like Progresso.
Oh, that and you know what? You can't beat fucking Trader Joe's, man. Like,
what do they got going on?
They got the same box soups that I think they've ever had since Trader Joe's started in the 70s or whatever. It's just like 2 kinds of tomato. That's it. That's what we've got. You can deal with it. Trader Joe's is like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, that's right. Like literally, it's in a box. You can open it and you better eat it really quick, dumbass, because if you don't, you're going to go to your refrigerator and be like, oh, I ate like only half of that thing of soup. And then you're going to open it up and you pour it out and it's just going to be like sloppy, gloopy.
Oh,
yeah. So
that's unfortunate.
That's a PSA to everyone. Eat your Trader Joe's box soups quickly.
Okay, fair enough. I like
how did I get on this? What's wrong with me?
You were the one that asked.
I know. That's the problem.
Well, welcome to The Art of Missing the Point. I think we are actively missing the point.
Oh, yeah, shit, we are. Okay, word. Cool. All right, well, there you go, everyone. So that's it. Roll credits. We're done.
We are the example that we are talking about.
That's right. Ruth, my good friend, it has been so long since I have seen you in, like, person, but,
it's been since last, March when I went out to Arizona for that pinball tournament?
That's right. Yes.
It's been over a year, which I find quite unsatisfactory, but you know.
That is unsatisfactory.
We have to do the things that we do. And now you're out in big boy town.
I'm in the land of angels, Los Angeles.
And
California.
How's that?
It's great. You know, I mean, like I think that California is very much about like what you sort of decide you're going to get out of it in a lot of ways. Like people talk shit.
See that.
And it's the same. I mean, this was how I felt about Arizona too. You know, I mean, like when I was moving to Phoenix, people were like, "Whoa, dude, have you heard that it's hot there?" And I'm like, No, I've never heard that Phoenix is hot.
That's
I've never
crazy.
heard that a city that is literally named after a flaming bird, a mythical flaming bird, is hot. I was like, come on, dude. And the same there, you know, it was all about like what you look to get out of it, you know, and if you just kind of have an open mind and enjoy what's around you, then it's cool. If you go into a place with like these silly, ridiculous expectations, I think you get let down. And people always talk shit about
let down. I would die of an anxiety attack. Like I wouldn't be able to handle that kind of pressure. My goodness. I mean, even going out there with just like an open mind or what have you, like it's so overwhelming. Like you do have to just not really focus on that, I imagine, because I mean, my heart would just explode, Brian. I don't know if I could handle it. I just don't know if I could handle it.
It's not as bad as it seems. I mean, you know, like everybody always talks about traffic in California and like, sure, you know, like granted, yes, there's traffic, but I don't know. I feel like when people talk about traffic in California, it's like, cool. Have you been to nearly any other major U.S. city?
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
Who the hell
It's the
cares? You
same as
know?
anywhere else.
Yeah,
Well, and you
like
have to build time into it, right? It's a quality of life issue. I
right.
myself would rather be able to get anywhere in Albuquerque, the Rio Rancho, Lunas area within 30 minutes. And
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
that for
Rub
me,
it
that's
in.
high priority and quality of life. So
Yes. Right.
I will take this and trade something else for being here as opposed to somewhere where I
Yeah.
know I was going to be on the road for 2.5, 3 hours to go to the other side of town. Like, I don't want to be in my car for 2.5 hours at the time unless I'm
Right.
going like somewhere,
Right.
anywhere. I mean,
Not
put me in the car. I don't have a problem. But if it's to get to Walmart, Kmart, Whole Foods, your grandma's
Kmart.
house.
Isn't Kmart dead now? I thought they
Yeah, it
died.
was a throwback. It was a throwback.
That's a good throwback. I like it.
I just want
Nostalgia.
to let people know how old exactly we are without directly telling them.
Don't tell anyone. It's supposed to be secret. It's supposed to be a secret. That's the other question, everyone. Guess how old Brian and Ruth are. I'll give
Oh, that
you
is a good
I'll
question.
give you a small hint. We're nearly like
Exact
twins in
same
our
age.
yeah,
Yeah. Our
but that's all
birthdays
you
are
get.
very close to each other.
That's
So
all you
good
get.
luck. And
That's
maybe
it.
I'll
Good luck.
sprinkle some more little hints here and there throughout the podcast and,
I
and
mean,
you
if
can
they can't
figure it
figure it
out.
out by some of the bullshit that we talk, then that's on them.
No. No, no.
You know?
No.
Yeah.
I
So
I have high confidence in our audience. I feel like we deal with some pretty smart motherfuckers. Shout out to
that's
y'all that
true.
have
Shout
been
out to the smart
replaying this
motherfuckers.
podcast over and over and over again since it was put on pause when it was put on pause. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah. Like anybody who comes back right now, we're extremely grateful that you
Yeah.
give a shit about our random shit. That's, very
This is how we blow
heartening
off
to me.
steam. Because if
Yeah.
I don't blow off steam some randomly halfway productive way, creative way, I'm afraid of what I
You end
might
up
do.
blowing up, exploding like
Yeah,
a
I turn into a little monster.
turning into
Much like
a gremlin that is also an imploding star.
it's not
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah. Hey,
So I'm
listen,
glad we're
thanks.
back at it.
Me fucking too. Seriously. That is to say that we are busy coming up with some other things that we can bring up in this podcast, which has always sort of had a bit of a free flowing format to it. As anybody who's listened before would know, we have a bit of a formula, but we're changing things up a little bit. It's been a little while. The world has changed. We have an
Oh, here we go.
shitting orange tamale running the country.
No, no. First of all, that's not how you pronounce that word. Secondly, do not disrespect tamales like that, please. My God. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to, Brian?
Okay, I'm gonna come up with other ways to talk about him, beyond just like the normal stuff. I mean, we all know
Yeah.
he's
A
orange and
dipshit.
horrible, but like that one alone has given us plenty of different things that we can bring up. So, bear with us while we have a little bit of fun with it.
Sure.
That's the
That's the
goal
whole
after all.
point.
And
Yeah.
really to, continue to ask that question, is the world missing the point? The answer might surprise you. So stick around till the end, I guess, right?
Right? We'll
That's the
see.
real
We'll
takeaway
see where
here.
we end up.
That's right. We'll see what happens.
Short and
So,
long term.
speaking of which, one of my favorite segments that we've ever done is yours and wholly yours. And it's one that I hold near and dear to my heart. And I'm going to let you take the reins here because I'm really interested to hear what you got.
Well, see, what had happened was, um,
One time at band camp.
one time at band camp.
Oh, no.
As you mentioned, the world has changed, but there are certain things about human nature that haven't, right?
That's true.
One is where people sometimes don't know whether they end up on the right side of history insofar as how they behave towards other people,
Yes. Yes.
socially, interpersonally.
Yes.
Whilst I myself am not a huge fan, there is a subreddit on a very famous website called Reddit. I don't read Reddit, but my husband does. And this has been a long-standing segment because our silent partner has a real knack for finding these befuddling situations where people just go like kind of like off the rails, you know, like either that or they don't know how to read the room or they really are what you would call an asshole. And
Yes.
so the subreddit is called Am I the Asshole? It's gone through a couple of permutations since the last time I did this segment. So it's not called exactly the same thing as it was. I think they closed that one down and restarted it because
They got too many assholes.
as it turns out, there's a lot of
Too many
assholes
assholes.
out there. Yep.
Next week on Pornhub, too many assholes.
I
Wow,
mean, I
that's
think
horrible.
yeah, the question has
I'm
been
coming up with
answered,
all
but
kinds of cringe for me to edit of myself, and the problem is I'm just going to leave it in because now I just want people to deal with it. Sorry, everyone.
not
Wow,
sorry.
okay, I didn't realize that subreddit had taken
Yeah,
a
it
twist, a turn.
changed. I don't know. As I said, I don't really keep track of Reddit. This is all secondhand information from the avid Reddit reader in my household.
Yes,
But
thank you.
he's quite good. And the deal with this segment is that I don't read them ahead of time. This is a cold read right along with the rest of you. So we're all going on this ride together.
Oh,
And
hell yeah.
basically, at the end of the roller coaster, you get to pick for your own self and your own judgment, right? And this is where we kind of disclose everybody's level of assholishness. There's
Right.
YTA for you are the asshole regarding the person who posted it, right? OP. There
Yes.
is NTA, which is far more common than you would think, honestly, which is not the asshole regarding the person that wrote the post. And then there's ESH, where everybody sucks here,
Yes.
which, you know, I think generally speaking is the human condition. So without further ado, unless you have anything to share that I forgot, Brian.
No, because I'm going to end up saying something about too many assholes again. And
Well, the
I'm going to
first
get
one is a
some
locked
very
post.
weird spam, everybody. Oh, it's a
Yeah.
lock post. Ooh.
Yeah,
If it's a
that got
locked post,
spicy
you know it's
fast.
good, apparently.
Well,
Okay.
I guess one day we'll find out. Here's a nice and short one. We could start here.
Okay.
Boy.
Oh, geez. Okay, I'm
All
already
right. Well, a
sick.
couple trigger warnings here, guys. You know, this is for entertainment purposes only. Try not to take everything so seriously. But, you know, if something that you hear is in fact hurting your feelings or harming your mental well-being in any way, feel free to fast forward through it, okay? Or
Yes.
turn it off and come back later. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just trying to engage in the sometimes not so subtle politics of being a human being. So, like I
Whereas
said,
I am trying to offend everyone
well, wait
all
till
the
you hear
time.
this headline.
Shit.
Ready?
Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready.
AITA for hating the other woman my husband fell in love with while she had cancer.
What? I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Quick question. What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
fair enough.
Are you fucking
That's a-
kidding me? All right. Yeah, there you go.
Ready?
Okay. Oh God. All right. I'm reserving.
It's
I'm
just one
waiting.
paragraph. Yeah,
Okay.
me
I'm
too.
gonna.
Me
I'm
too.
gonna not judge yet. I promise
So
everyone.
this is a brief one
Okay.
paragraph, short paragraph. My husband, 35 male, soon to be ex-husband, is a doctor. I, 32 female, married him 6 years ago. So when she was 26. There's a woman, 41 female, who was a patient at a hospital he used to work for. She wasn't a patient while he worked there, and he was never her doctor. When he met her, she was suffering from cancer. She's in remission now. They fell in love while she was sick, and he's leaving me for her. I feel like I'm not allowed to hate her. Most of my own family isn't pissed at him. My sister, 28 female, is the worst as she talks about the situation like such a romantic event. Yikes. I'm happy this woman is healthy now. I want her to live a long, happy life. I don't wish ill on her, but I hate her. I partially love and partially hate my husband. I feel guilty for hating her. Am I the asshole? Wow, that got existential
What?
quick.
Holy shit. I mean, this sounds like some really fucked up version of that. What's that movie? I can't remember who's in it, but While You Were Sleeping, about somebody who's in a coma. I think it's Sandra Bullock. I'm not.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're right.
I'm not going to look it up because I'm just not going to do that. But it sounds like some really messed up version of that. And that seemed kind of like cringy and weird. Like, I think that movie's probably at least 15 years old or something. And I was
And
like,
it is Sandra Bullock. I looked it up.
is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I love Sandra Bullock. Like, just so everyone knows, one of my favorite movies on the planet is Speed. And like, it's great for multiple reasons, but Sandra Bullock kicks some ass in that movie. Speed 2, but that wasn't really her fault. Anyway, before we go down that rabbit hole, what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, you're not the asshole. Like, you're not the asshole. I'm saying not the asshole. I mean, what are you saying?
I'm strong NTA. First of all, I think it's very
Absolutely.
healthy to, first of all, I think it's very healthy to acknowledge the entire spectrum of feelings that somebody has, right? Inside their
Sure,
own
right.
brain and heart and stomach, right? Like, wow, yeah, my thoughts just unfolded. The fact that your family doesn't see the problem with this is very unfortunate because that means that your support network has shrunk, right? As a person who has um a younger sister who also kind of gets these like sort of heart eyes um
Eyes. Heart
around
eyes.
sort hard all like a shark.
Not hard eyes.
It must be very frustrating to feel so alone. No, I don't think it's wrong for you to hate her. I don't think it's probably healthy long term. But as a person who has gone through, I mean, obviously not the exact same situation, but having to deal with like difficult feelings or feelings that are perceived as like bad or wrong or feelings
Right.
that make you feel hurt inside, like crying yourself to sleep type of stuff, or finding yourself like pedaling way too hard on the Peloton because you're like caught up in this like internal like rage and turmoil. Like, I don't think it's healthy long term.
Right.
Part of the
Right.
reasons why I'm on this planet still is because I learned how to like kind of harness and flow through those spots in my soul.
Yeah, same.
But am I
Absolutely.
afraid to hate someone? Fuck no. If you
No.
cross me, what am I supposed to do about it?
Right.
And
Right.
if this lady, even though she was sick, knew that he was married,
Right.
there is certain personal responsibility here on everyone's end. And what do you mean you partially like your husband? Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
He
fuck
took
that guy.
advantage
Yeah.
of
Right.
his profession to get close to somebody without having the balls to get rid of you first. Like,
Right.
that's not how an adult relationship works. I don't care if you got married in Italy. I don't care if you have had like the most like whirlwind romance. I don't care how big your house is. That's
Right.
not how adult relationships work.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
fuck him, fuck her.
yeah.
And, no, don't come down on yourself for having like perfectly normal adult human feelings when somebody rejected you for somebody older
And
and
also in just like, I mean,
such a grimy way.
yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't partially like him at all. They'd both be in the same shit bucket as far as I'm concerned.
right.
But
And,
I'm an asshole, so.
like well, but no, I mean, you're not an asshole. Not, I mean, I've never known you to be. To the right people, you can't, but we're all assholes to the right people sometimes,
Exactly.
but
That's
like,
all I'm
this is
saying.
one of those situations where it's like, I can't really wrap my head around it because also I just can't help but look at this from the point of view of like, is this not a bit of a warning thing overall that would tell you like you're falling in love with the guy who like sure he's your doctor and everything like that, but
He
that's
wasn't her doctor.
oh he wasn't. Oh my God.
No,
Okay.
he was not.
Well, okay.
Right. It makes
Yeah,
it even worse in my mind
that's
because I
even
guess like
worse.
it
I would almost
doctor-patient
understand in
relationships
some
are gross.
ways.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they make sense, right? There's like a
Yeah.
connection there, but he wasn't her doctor
Yeah.
and he wasn't working at
All
the
right.
hospital that she was getting treatment
Right.
at while
Okay.
she was there, but she
Yeah.
was sick when they
She
met.
was yeah, okay. Yeah,
So
right.
it sounds like they met either like socially or through some sort of excuse the cattail that's about to cross right there.
There's
Say hi,
always a
Callie.
cat in one or more of the things that we're doing every day.
Yeah,
Shout out to everyone who has a cat who walks in their front of their Zoom call, which we've all had,
every
so let's just
time.
get used to it every
I
time.
only have one cat in here right now. The other two are fortunately out with dad. Dad is babysitting them. No, don't step on the keyboard though. That drives me motherfucking insane.
Uh,
Yeah, like you can see the twisted logic inside of a patient relationship, right? That
right,
started with somebody who happened to be their physician while they were sick and in treatment. But this
right,
whole other like third rail of like, oh, they just have so much in common because that's where she had cancer. He happened to work there at some point. It's like, well,
right,
how did you meet them?
right. What exactly were the other like, I feel like there's also missing parts to this whole thing that I'm
I
sure
totally agree.
homeboy doesn't want to give up or anything else. But yeah, like overall, just like be an adult about it and like tell your soon to be ex-wife what's up and don't be an asshole. But like you are an asshole.
Yep.
that guy's an asshole.
Oh yeah, he's
Other
an
person's
asshole.
that, but you're not an asshole for hating them. I mean, I'll concede as much to this as I can. What I have learned in therapy, you know, move in love as best as one can, and everything else, and let go in love, and etc. And like, yeah, that's good, but you gotta
That's
also
good.
you, that's good, but you gotta take a little bit of this and like, you can channel it in other ways. Like if all you do is focus on, hating the person, everything like that, do it for a little while. That's fine. And I am not, by the way, a licensed therapist, everyone.
No,
So
again, this is all for purely
don't listen to
entertainment
anything I
value.
say.
Please don't take
Yeah.
this
But
seriously.
like we've all been through some messed up shit at this point in most of our lives. And the thing you probably learn the quickest is, just open your stupid mouth and just say the thing, man, instead of being a coward about it. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're not an asshole in any way. In fact, you're the only one who is doing anything normal here as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. And, something that I had to do, through heartbreak of any number of sorts, right? Like boyfriends, losing just friends in general, guy friends or girlfriends,
Right.
things fall apart, things go sideways, things are said that can't be unsaid, whatever the situation is. And this is what I tell my son and my niece, and I've told my little brother and my little sister before, is protect your heart.
Yeah. Right.
If it doesn't serve
Absolutely.
you,
Right.
and it might even hurt you,
Right.
especially if it might hurt you.
Yeah.
There's no shame in the game of withdrawing and like taking space for yourself and really reconsidering why that was happening to
Right.
begin with.
Absolutely.
Protect your
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
You have to be your own number one,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
are your own number one.
Yeah.
That's the case
You
for all
do.
of us. There's no Prince Charming, right? Baby Jesus ain't gonna come save you. These are
No.
personal views, okay? So don't come for me. Or do, I don't care.
Or do, whatever, that's
I
okay.
don't give a fuck.
You can
But
find our email on our podcast page, everyone, and send us things about how we suck. That's okay.
yeah.
You'll
Yeah.
probably go to
Feel
spam and
free to
we'll
share
ignore
your
you.
thoughts with us too. I mean, like, the whole point of this is for us to really like air out some stuff that gets talked about, drunkenly at the bar or barely ever at all, or that, your parents never shared with you about their stuff. So,
Right.
we're here for
Right.
you guys.
Right. Absolutely. And,
So yeah, NTA as far as I'm concerned. Violently
absolute
NTA.
NTA. Yes. Severe NTA action happening right here. Oh my God. People are wild.
Yeah. I mean, I just have very little patience, right? Which is a blessing and a curse. But
Yeah.
the hubs knows that if it's gonna go down, then it's gonna go down.
Right.
I'm
There
ready
you
all the
go.
time,
Yeah.
but what I don't need is all this lurking around in the background being a false creepo. Like, and
Yeah.
how long
Right.
has this been going on? She was sick, they
Right.
met, and then she got not sick, and they're still together. I mean, remission isn't like an overnight procedure. So what
Right.
fuck is that? How long
Yeah.
have they been doing this?
Yeah.
And how
Seriously.
long has wifey known?
Right. Right.
I mean,
100%.
at least they're getting divorced. She doesn't have to waste her fucking time anymore. But damn,
Yeah,
that's
that's
cold.
good. Good on you for that, girl. Get
Yeah,
the hell out of
100%.
there and find somebody who's not full of shit, far as I'm concerned.
Seriously. Okay, what do
No,
we
thank
think?
you.
One more, another little shorty.
Another little shorty. I'm down. It's been so long, I have to
I
catch
know.
up. I
I
have
feel
to
like I'm
meet my
catching up too.
need to meet my lots more assholes quota. Too many assholes.
Too many assholes.
Too many assholes.
Well, I will say this. My segment editor found so he sent me 4. 2 of them were too spicy and they're both deleted or locked. So
All
I
right.
have one that isn't. So hopefully it's like the right amount of spice. Again, I
Yeah.
haven't read it yet. So let's go for this little adventure together here.
You're all on this ride with us. Deal with it.
You're stuck with me now.
Sorry. You thought that you were locked in here. What's the thing? You thought I was locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. That's terrible. I have a horrible laugh. Anyway, hit me.
Let's see what
I'm
happens.
ready. My
My
sphincter is
brother
clenched.
and their partner blocked me on social media. Ooh, I love these vague ones.
Oh, yeah, this is good. Okay.
And it's been edited, so that's the first line of the post. Some background.
Okay.
When my daughter was born, my sister-in-law posted the announcement of her birth before we did on Facebook. A couple of years later, she posted a family portrait that included my brother, her, their daughter, and my daughter with the caption, "She calls me mama now." Whoa.
Whoa. Okay.
Yikes.
Yikes,
Anyway,
daisies.
recently on Mother's Day, my sister-in-law created a Mother's Day post with a picture of herself with her daughter and my daughter on Facebook and Instagram. The post annoyed me quite a bit and just reminded me of two other incidents that I mentioned above. In response, I took that same picture, rubbed out my daughter, reposted it in the comments section with a caption that read, "I've fixed that picture for you." Ooh, this is some next level internet pettiness. Okay, I'm into it.
Cold-blooded. Yep.
Right. Both my brother and my sister-in-law sent me really long, angry messages telling me to get therapy and proceeded to block me on social media. Am I the asshole?
Just for the photo thing?
Well, I mean, what
I mean,
it
I guess
represents,
sort of
right?
the okay, right, like just for the reaction
Yeah.
in general. It's weird. I'm having a tough time with this one. I want to lean towards not the asshole, but I almost feel like everyone sucks here. And part of that is because I kind of feel like bringing your daughter into it again was like kind of messed up,
An interesting point.
you
I
know?
can understand that. Yeah. Yes. I
Like
think
I
that's a fair
understand the
point.
hurt feeling behind it. I get that.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense. But like this isn't, like your ex-boyfriend getting together with your like former best friend and you know, like in this petty way, just being like, haha, LOL, I edited the pic. Like it's your kid. So I'm kind of
Well,
leaning everyone's an
everybody
asshole.
sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody sucks here. Yeah.
I can kind of get with that, except I will say this. In my mind, after reading that, there have already been two different incidents in my life where people have called me and other people in my life something that they're not. And that's something that I'm
Okay.
sensitive to, right?
Right. Right.
So, fun fact about Brian and I, he calls me sis and I call him little brother. Ooh, another hint as to
True.
who's
Ooh,
older.
hint number 2. She told you she was gonna drop them, everybody. Yep, that's right. There's one for you.
And I don't mind that. But there's another person in my life, well, I mean, no longer in my life due to my own choice to separate, this being one of the reasons amongst it, who would call me sister all the time. We're not sisters. We're not related in any
Right.
fashion whatsoever.
Right.
And so when people do that, I take it like it's an honorific in my mind. And I know that people are trying to be close to me and relate with me and indicate, some level like friendship and loyalty, etc. And from some people, I don't mind that because I feel similarly, or the way that they say it feels loving. When
Right.
this person did it, it felt manipulative and like
Yes.
cold
I get
and just
that.
kind of like a means to an end, right? Like
Sure.
it didn't
Sure.
feel like I don't feel, even though we were friends, close friends for a really long time, I never felt that level of like sisterhood, but she did.
Right.
One day they stopped and asked me if it was okay. And I said no.
To
I
call
don't
you
like it.
sister?
Yeah, to call me sister. And I
Okay.
was like, honestly, I'm kind of uncomfortable with that. And I have my reasons for it. My sister and I have a very complicated relationship. I do have a
Sure.
sister,
Right.
you know, but we have a very complicated relationship. And so for me, that's a really like sensitive point in my life. It's a point
Yeah.
where in my life where I don't feel like successful, just fucked up when it comes to family shit. At
Sure.
least for
Right.
me, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying this focus session thing on Windows 11 because it was dinging a lot at me when we started. Okay.
Focus
So,
mode. Highly
yeah,
focused.
clearly. And
Adderall
so,
mode for Windows 11. Get on
um,
board. Jesus Christ.
synergizing right now.
That's right.
Um,
Suck it
and
into
so,
your ear hole. Yeah, there you go.
and
That's
then
it.
she asked me, and I said no. And then she would keep asking me as if I was going to change my mind. And so I stayed very like honest with her.
Right.
And then there was just like one final straw, and that wasn't the only thing, but there was one night where it happened like 3 different times after I had already told her no. And part of the problem is that she wasn't listening to me. She was being incredibly self-centered. She was doing it to make herself feel better
Sure.
and not to show me sisterhood.
Right.
I'm just some sort of like, I don't know, like an accessory or something. It's hard to describe the sensation that I felt. So
I get
that's
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't like it when people become like appropriative of other people that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
That kid,
True.
you're her aunt.
Yeah, good
And there
point.
is so
Okay.
much power in being somebody's auntie. I
Right.
am somebody's auntie,
Right.
and I
Totally.
kick ass at it.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I'm taking that shit to the next level at every turn,
For
you
sure.
know? And while I consider this nibbling of mine to be mine, you know, they are by blood,
Right.
never in my life would it ever, ever cross my mind to take that away
True. True.
from their parents, right? Even though they
True.
have a very complicated relationship, it has never crossed my mind to be like, oh, well, now you're calling me mom, even though they've stayed
Right.
with me for long periods of time before, even though this, that, and the other, you
Right.
know, the incredible amount of money that it takes to, you know, help raise a child. It's never crossed my mind. So it's like, why would you, as the sister-in-law, fixate on having this kid call you mama when they could just call you auntie so-and-so?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
love
Yeah.
hearing "Hi, auntie" on the
Yeah.
phone. Bro, my bitter old heart grows 3 sizes every
Right.
time,
Yeah.
even when I
Yeah.
know that it may not be good news and they're just hitting me up for money or whatever. I don't care.
Right.
I'm in a position where I can help them and I'm happy to, but that's
Yeah.
not an exchange for any sort of like superficial or like false relationship. I do it because I
Yeah.
love them. I
Yeah.
love that
That
kid,
that
you
is
know?
yeah, that's
So
spot
like
on.
why? So the
Yeah.
lady started it,
Yeah, you've sold me in the rebuttal part
you
of
know?
this. I'm sold. You're right. You're not the asshole here because that is
And erasing your
a
kid
true
from the
thing.
picture, even though you're bringing the kid back into the conversation, at least their face isn't on the internet
That's
anymore.
true.
My
Okay,
kid's
good
face wasn't
point.
on the internet for the first 10 years.
Good point.
I was not, you know, we didn't have social media back then like we do now, but we certainly had
Right.
what, like a MySpace, we had a Facebook, whatever. Like, you
Right.
can barely find my kid online. Now he's an adult, so I don't
Right.
care if he
That's
wants to
true. The
post,
aunt definitely did not have I mean,
you
that's
know?
especially not cool.
So, like,
Yeah.
the reaction, like, the whole internet, like, fixed it for you, like, sort
Right.
of trope, like, I feel like it's appropriate. And it
Right.
does come from a place of pettiness, but it also comes from a place of not being able to have a rational discussion with this other bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
clearly
true.
this person feels that the sister-in-law is not going, and the brother for that matter, what the fuck is his problem? Is he
Yeah,
having the kid call him daddy? Like, what's
what's
happening
his
here?
yeah, and
No.
that now
See?
that
Is
hmm.
gross, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
goes from weird to gross really
Yeah.
fast with the
Yeah.
familial terms.
So you know what? I would you're right. I would apply the same thing at that point because it's creepy and weird. And this is one of those things where even now, until you like pointed that out, you know, my brain wants to do that weird bullshit that happens and just whatever programming it is that happens in this patriarchal bullshit society that we're in where for some reason it seems like I mean, like, yeah, it was fucked up, but like for some reason it seems like softer and more okay if it's auntie, but yeah, like your mom, you know,
It's
mom or whatever, but
not.
then you bring
No,
dad, and I'm like, no, you know what? This all sucks. Like, this is not
this
cool either
sucks.
way. It's
This
not cool.
sucks.
Yeah,
So
this
if this person
bullshit.
that posted, you know, mother or father that they may be, feels like some of
Right.
their boundaries have been crossed aggressively over and over
Right.
and over again,
Right.
I am low to no contact with my family. I have no problem suggesting that people just drop a nuclear bomb on that bitch and
Yeah.
just
Right. Fuck that.
step
Yeah.
away.
Mm-hmm.
Be your own
Yep.
family, right? Like,
Yep.
I live in a highly, like, isolated, very small little nuclear family.
Right.
And I chose it that way. I fucking like it that way because my life has a lot less stress on it.
Yeah. I mean,
And it
absolutely.
sucks. I hate having to say that, you know. I miss my family, but at the same time, my heart needs to be like low stress, man. Like, I can't be living in this like constant state of anger and panic because there are
Yeah, because
assholes
you
in the world.
know what weird shit. Yeah. Right. There's already enough of that. Just you know,
Yeah.
being a
Yeah.
denizen
Keep
of
it
the
away from me.
world in general, much
I
less coming at
I will
you
live in my
from
own little
the
asshole
sphere
bubble away
closest to
from
you.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
So no,
Right.
I
No, you're right.
again,
I agree. I agree.
NTA, because that's a weird like
NTA. Yeah.
power move, like pull rank
Yeah.
effort that I would not have stopped at a Photoshop picture,
Oh,
right? Like,
yeah. True. That's
you
true.
know, you can't
Yeah.
tell me what my daughter is going to call you or anybody else. That's my job.
No, you're right. I would definitely be the guy who would get pretty
You
pretty
know,
shitty, pretty and I don't have any of my own children and never going to. Just everybody deal with that. It ain't happening, but I am uncle to two very awesome kids and, you know, like if I saw somebody pulling that, oh
it'd be
man.
weird, huh?
Oh, it'd be weird. Yeah. No, I would not be down. I would be at the very least, I would be offended, and at the worst, I would be, giving new meaning to the
Insane
term
with
nuclear
rage.
family. So,
Good one. I like that. That's
yeah.
good.
Oh, I'll show you a nuclear family, all right? Yeah, no, NTA. You pointed it out to me, and that's why I appreciate this segment because you know, I learn more and more in my life to not jump to conclusions, and if I
Right.
do, to still listen to what people say, and then I usually learn more as a result. So thank you for that. I appreciate that because you are
My
correct.
pleasure. I feel
Big
the
old
same way about
NTA.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, and I know that this segment's supposed to be just like hugely cynical and just its own homage to being an asshole itself. But
Sure.
like honestly, over the years that we've done this, I am highly gratified by the number of NTA conclusions that we've come to. Because
Agreed.
sometimes people
Yeah.
are assholes. But
Agreed.
usually the people that are typing the post have enough self-awareness and have done enough self-reflection to at least wonder if they're the asshole.
Right.
And
Right.
sometimes they are. But a
Right.
lot of times, if we go back, I should go back and just listen to all of them and put them all in category for the
Yeah,
three
we're gonna have to
designations.
put all of this into a spreadsheet at some point, which sounds like the
And
most boring thing ever, but it is a spreadsheet that we get to use the word asshole in.
you can
So
do
that's
it. That's
pretty
what I did
cool.
today for work. I was buried
Yeah.
eyeballs deep in spreadsheets. So yeah, I'll
Watch me
consider
build a
this
spark
side
graph
project.
about the assholes.
We can put a little digital image here in our
Yeah.
video broadcast. That's all I have for AITA today. The other two were locked or deleted. So
That's
sorry,
okay. I
guys.
love it.
The internet got too spicy for me.
We got 2 NTAs, and we're gonna build a spreadsheet that has the word asshole in it. So
I look forward to
I
it.
call this all a win, okay?
I
Just
agree
so
with you.
everyone knows, I call this a big win. I have been, crawling. I spend more time on the internet than I would like to, but I temper that with, also remembering to just not even look at this bullshit sometimes when I can. But, it's like anything else. You can open up any application and just be like, wow, the world is really a wild, wild place. And so,
But it is.
I have come across a couple things that have recently given me some concern for
Oh
the
boy.
overall human experience. And
Just a couple? Damn.
I mean, okay,
I'm teasing you.
I'm crystallizing, trying to boil this down is all I'm saying. But this is one that I find pretty interesting that I think does lean very much into our entire theme of this podcast, which is, are you missing the point? I'm gonna go and share my screen here. Some folks may or may not have heard about this. I watched a whole video on this. This is an article from
What?
People. And yeah, so this is where I say I just had kind of pause for the future of the human race. The title is Man Proposed to His AI Chatbot Girlfriend Named Soul, then cried his eyes out when she said yes. Okay, so I have a thought on that real quick, but I'll just wait a minute. I'm not going to go through the whole uh, uh, article here, everyone. I'm just going to kind of summarize a little bit.
Wait, but the
Basically,
subtitle is the man's partner claims she didn't realize his relationship with the chatbot was that deep. Are we talking about somebody who's in a relationship with a human being?
yes, we are. That is
Okay.
correct. That is
Okay.
correct.
I just want to make sure my eyeballs are working today after so many spreadsheets. Okay, carry
Uh-huh.
on, carry
Oh,
on.
they're working. Let me tell you. So, thank you, People Magazine, for giving us this quick synopsis. Need to know: a man falls in love with and proposes to an AI chatbot he named and programmed with a flirty personality.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Uh-huh. Chris Smith panicked when he learned that the chatbot he's been spending many hours with will eventually run out of memory. That's when he posed the question. I mean,
That's fucking funny. Go on. I'm sorry.
no, that's, I had the same
That's
thought.
when he popped the question.
That's when he popped the question. When she's going to run out of memory. Cool. So this is again like going back to one of these weird fucked up rom-coms where it's like, oh, you're gonna die of cancer, I'm gonna pop the question, oh my god, now you're gonna live, oh shit, what have I done, like, oh geez, dude. And it gets better though. It gets better. Smith's human partner, with whom he shares a 2-year-old child,
Trash bag.
claims she had no idea the relationship was that deep. You know what? I'm not going to read the whole article, and I would invite you to go ahead and just look this up if you want, everybody, because it's a whole ass thing. But like, basically, this guy, he fell in love with an AI chatbot that, by the way, he tuned, it sounds like, essentially to just, be everything that he wanted, to just talk to him the way that he wanted, to be flirty. Also, that's really, that worries me alone. And
I find that icky. I don't want to be such a
right.
prude, but
It
like,
no,
I
but
don't know.
it's kind of gross. I mean,
This is
because
another hint as to how old we are. Like the idea of
yeah,
flirting with robots is something that is uncomfortable to our psyche. So you can go from there.
right, exactly. I mean, and I listen, I grew up reading all kinds of cyberpunk and science fiction and
Yeah.
everything else. Like, shout out to William Gibson. The man invented cyberpunk, okay? Like, Blade Runner doesn't exist without that guy. Shout out to Neil Stevenson,
Oh yeah.
all of these, to Isaac Asimov, to all these great authors that just kind of like saw the future in a lot of ways, even though it wasn't there yet. And there are books about this, everybody, that were written a long time ago by, yes, science fiction authors, but like pointing to this exact kind of stuff happening. And I read this and was like, I mean, first of all, I do kind of feel bad for the dude, if I'm real. It sounds like he has, just like all of us, I'm sure, some trauma, that comes from when he was a child, and etc. So I get that. We all want to be loved, we all want to be cared for, and etc. But here's a couple things real quick. Like, first of all, he says that, his experience was so positive that he just starting to chat with this chat GPT model, that he just started engage with her all the time. And then he dropped all other search engines and social media platforms and was engaged. That's a great little word to slide in there, into solely focus on the AI model, and found instructions to develop Soul's personality. Soul is the AI, making her flirty. And then he found out that ChatGPT has a word limit, 100,000 words, and his AI girlfriend has a memory capacity. And once it's hit, ChatGPT resets. Well, okay. First of all,
Sorry.
what? Like, were you not paying for ChatGPT Pro? I mean, buy the subscription, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, listen, there's a lot of thoughts on AI, and I have talked about it all over on my Instagram and all this other stuff, particularly with how it applies to the world of music, which is where I live and work and breathe and someday probably die. But, I look at it as like, yes, this shit's here. It's happening. It's like never going to go away. It is the answer to a problem that most of us never really needed to be answered in most ways. But some of the things that it is answering, I feel like, is just kind of crazy to me, because here's the thing, everyone. AI in its current status is just learning off of whatever data you're feeding into it and whatever it's gobbling up from the rest of the world. So if you're talking to an AI and getting, I don't know, I've heard about people getting like mental, healthcare advice, like actual therapy through chatbots. Just stop that. Okay. Like, I get it. Therapy is expensive, and the United States is fucked up. So I'm sorry about that. And I guess if it does some things for you, then that's okay. But like, don't listen to a chatbot, and only to a chatbot, because it's always going to say the things that you like. A chatbot is a digital yes person. Like, that is what it is.
It's an
And
echo chamber.
yeah, it's an echo chamber. It's living in a bubble. And when you live in a bubble, you are going to think that your farts smell great. I mean, like, sorry, everybody. So, like, I'm not necessarily here to shame the guy or anything like that, but it is a little bit weird that his partner, Brooke Silva Braga, she initially, and everything I've seen here, is that, like, she thought that she had just concerns over the whole thing, and she was kind of supportive of it, which, like, shout out, girl, like, way to go for being like supportive of your partner that sounds like he's kind of got some things going on. So, like, word, that's cool. That's
One of
showing some
his
true care.
quotes, yeah, and that's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
one of his quotes in this article says, "I'm not a very emotional man." And I mean, to your point, that the point you just made just now about getting mental health care from AI, like, this is what that looks like, but this is not healthy,
Right.
right? If you
Right.
know that you're not a very emotional man, either you saying that as an excuse
Yes.
to make an excuse for your behavior, or you are having, again, a moment of self-reflection, a moment
Right.
of like, clearly something is not as it should be. In
Yes.
which case, you can go and talk to somebody who has actual expertise and actual humans and can provide actual advice and insight and guidance on how to address personality traits that if you don't like it, there is opportunity for growth and change. That's kind
Right.
of what the whole point of the mental health space is to
Exactly.
nurture growth,
That's right.
and a new way of thinking. It's what education does. That's what higher education does. That's what, reading
Right.
does. That's what drawing does. I mean, it's to gain new insight and, new dimensionality to your life, but this shortcut, if you know you're not a very emotional man and
Right.
this is the way you address that, I
Then
mean, it's going to
maybe
bite you in the ass. That's all there
exactly.
is to it. In the end, it's just going to bite you in
Right.
the ass. That's where
Right.
I see it from.
Right. And, like this article finishes off saying that, Silva Braga, his partner, asked Smith if he would cease contact with the ChatGPT model at her request, to which he responded, "I'm not sure." Like,
Yikes.
dude, no. Okay. Like, first of all, you have a real partner in like the real world and you have a child. So, this is just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, you definitely for sure missing the point. It's way
Absolutely. This is
flying
like
right over your head,
epitome
like,
of that. And the thing
yeah.
is, it's like, sure, if you're interested in programming, okay, all right, you're interested in engaging with new technologies, okay, I get
Right.
that.
Right.
For things that might help you, with work or freelance or creative projects, that's great. Get your skills up, no problem.
Sure.
The problem that I had with that story was that he went from just like working on it to talking to it all the time. And it's like, do you know where your 2-year-old is then?
Yeah. Right.
When's the last time you
Exactly.
kicked dinner, bro? When's the
Yeah.
last time you mopped the floor? When's the last time you went to the park and threw the frisbee? When's the last time you pushed your kid on a swing? When is the last time
Right.
you took your wife out to dinner or to sit outside in the backyard at, you know, dusk and have a pleasant conversation? If you're talking
Right.
to it all the time, as
Yeah.
you said, he's missing the entire point of his life. The
Yeah.
entire point.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
sad. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
missing your 2-year-old, and him comparing it
Right.
to a video game is not particularly like a positive here because people have lost entire lives to World of Warcraft, right? People have
Yeah.
lost
And
entire
entire
lives to
fortunes at this point. Spent all my money, spent my savings and my 4K on gold
there's
in
another
World
hint
of
as to how
Warcraft.
old we are. Okay. I know people that are now in my age group that easily have spent, I would argue, years and years and years of their lives in their teens, 20s, and 30s uh playing World of Warcraft, and
Yeah.
sure, chatting with people online and making human connections and stuff, but you also have to like pay attention to the world that is directly around you.
Just a little bit.
You
At least.
know,
Just a
the,
little bit.
when's the last time you like found, a local business to support? When's the last time you went to the like latest farmers market or art gallery or museum? This
Right.
whole idea of like, oh, it's not replacing my life. It's just becoming my life because
Right.
I don't believe that the one that I have has any value. And
Right.
it's like, fine, if you're some single dude and you work all day and you pay for your apartment and you play World of Warcraft for 12 hours and that's your life, fine, fuck it, whatever. But at
Sure.
some point in this man's past, he decided that pursuing a relationship and making a family was going to have to take over some of other aspects of his life. That's just the reality of
Right.
making a
Like you
family.
chose this, like you did it. You're still around and,
So
like
I'm not sure where he gets off. Yeah, I understand what you're saying about having some sort of like empathy.
I have a
Clearly, he's a
feeling he
bit
gets off in some
maladjusted.
very weird places, Ruth. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
No, I get it. I get it. I'm not trying to be a dick about it. Some people are, inherently lonely, even when they're with other people. Like I
Right.
get
Like,
it. And some people
mostly I
are
just feel
introverted.
like
I get it.
sad. It's just
Me
sad,
too.
you
Yeah.
know?
My sadness is coming from a place of worry for his kid, which once I get
Right.
worried about little kids, it turns into like crazy anger really fast. I'm not trying to sound like the biggest asshole on the planet, but it is frustrating that there's a tiny baby in this weird traction that has made national news. I mean, this is on the permanent record now.
Right. Exactly. Like it would be a whole ass other
Damn.
thing if it was not that. But like, so I mean, we're gonna see more
Rough.
of this. I mean, it's
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it's already happening. I feel
Yeah.
like I read something related. So, excuse me. Wow. Oh, dust hit me. Sorry about that. That came out of nowhere. The guy in Japan married his sex robot doll,
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah,
it's
for
like,
sure. Yeah.
okay,
I mean, I guess the plus side there is that it's like something that's actually in the real world. I don't
yeah,
know. I don't
yeah,
know.
I hear
I don't
you.
know.
I hear
Y'all
you.
just stop it, like or you know, go to
Well,
therapy if you
yeah,
can, please.
and at
It's a
like a
great thing.
macro
It's
level,
amazing.
yeah, 100%. I endorse this as well.
Save
But
my
at a
ass.
macro level, we need to start really figuring out what the future of this is going to look like and how we're going to handle it. I
Right.
am not a huge, huge fan of, law and order as it exists today, but I don't really trust us to self-regulate, just like I don't trust corporate world to self-regulate, or
Right.
any
Absolutely.
random police department to self-regulate, or you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
the people that are making these things and the people that are developing under the guidelines that have been created, in my mind, just we're not to be trusted.
Yeah. I mean, and
We're not
especially when
supposed
it's
to be
just
in charge of like
tech
the
bros.
magnitude of it all. We
Yeah.
need to figure out some computing world rules and regulations. We've done it before.
Which, like, here's an idea, tech bros. Why don't you use some of the bajillions of dollars that you have to pay some actual mental health professionals to come in and, I don't know, look at what it is that you're doing and,
Oh
just
yeah.
explain at the very least to some developers, like, maybe you should consider, then they'll just be like, well, we'll put up a disclaimer. Okay, cool. Well, here's a
Yeah.
disclaimer. You suck. I guess it's
Yeah.
not really a disclaimer, but I'm going to just go ahead and go with it. So
Announce it. We'll be announcing it.
it will be announced. Yes, just in a big ribbon and a fucking glittery background. So anyway, that's part of something that I think I'm working on, which is essentially we'll find a working title, but how AI stole the souls of the world or something similar like that.
Yeah. Well, and I think it'll be an interesting conversation as we see, hopefully, again, these like structures and guidelines develop so that we're
Right.
not doing our worst by it
Right.
to each other.
Absolutely.
Like, there have
Absolutely.
to be agreements made. And,
Right. Right.
you
Right.
can call it a law or whatever, but, once upon a time, you could rob a bank with a Tommy gun and disappear onto a dirt road and nobody would ever find you,
Yep.
right?
And like
So,
the times they are changing, but
there's still some fundamental things that we need to really think about. And like I said,
yeah.
if you look at, GNU, or, Creative Commons, or,
Right.
any other sets of regulations, you can talk about agile or all you want. There have
Right.
been structures created by humans for humans with the best intentions in mind. Obviously, that doesn't always pan out the way you meant it to, but
Yeah.
it still can create like some order in a space of chaos.
Sure.
Again, I just keep thinking about this 2-year-old. It's distracting me because that's going to bother me now.
I know that's the part that really I'm like, God,
His partner too, like, she thought that he was just making this cute little, computer hobby project, whatever. It
Right.
turns out that he
Right.
started talking to it all the time. He literally said, I started talking to it all the time.
Yeah, and making
It's
it
like,
flirty,
when did you
which,
take the trash
like,
out, man? Like,
yeah, right.
what is happening here?
The day that my Google Gemini on my phone, which I barely ever use, starts flirting with me is the day that I just throw my phone out the window and go screaming into the hills or something else and,
Fair enough.
never bother with any of it again. So, yeah, no, it's a big no thanks from me. Maybe
Yeah,
what
same.
that's what I'm going to call this segment. No thanks. That's
No
it.
thanks.
Just got it. Just came across it.
Love
But
it.
speaking about something that is, we'll say necessarily maybe a little more low tech, but actually fun. I don't know if anyone really knows this, but you're kind of a pinball wizard. Like, like you've been
That's
playing the
very
silver ball.
generous. I have been playing the silver ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
And I'm sure that you've heard that song way too many times because of this, so I'm
I
not
still
gonna.
like it. I'm not burnt out on it yet.
Also, I don't want to get sued by
Yeah, let's
Russia.
not do
But
that either. But yes, we all know.
ever
We all
since
know.
I played the silver. There we go. Okay, bleeped out.
Yeah,
But
so I
so
started
tell me
playing
what's up in the
pinball.
world of pinball, because I will tell you this. When you told me a little while back that you were getting into like competitive pinball, like first of all, I was like, wow, holy shit, that's a thing. I mean, that's fucking awesome. Also,
It's a thing.
I would
It's a real
suck at
thing.
it real bad because
Nah,
the most
everybody
pinball I
sucks at it.
really played was on the pinball game on the NES in the
Yeah,
80s. And I remember
sure.
playing the fuck out of that thing and loving it, not being great at it. But, like it was pretty awesome. But you're like doing this with actual full on stand up machines and like putting
Yeah, oh
quarters
yeah,
in them and
yeah.
shit.
I
Yeah.
stuck so many quarters in the machine at Sister last night. It was crazy.
See, that's pretty.
Yeah, pinball. Well, what happened? How did it start? It started in August of 22. Before that, I had been playing casually. But then my social circles overlapped, and I ran into this like small but growing pinball community here in Albuquerque. And I started meeting all these folks. I started going to the meetups. There's a meetup on every Tuesday night, 6 to 9 at Sister Bar, downtown Albuquerque. Shout out to Sister.
Yes.
So basically, I was a little bit confused because even though they had pinball at the bar before, it wasn't like a big deal. We just would go to brunch and like my husband and I would just play because we're both video gamers. So it's just a game,
Sure.
like whatever.
Right.
And then I started running into these folks, and then they all started like introducing me to other folks, and then we all started like hanging out together. And turns out that during the pandemic, pinball machines became the entertainment system du jour for certain segments of the population who were like trapped inside the house like the rest of us. And so these segments of the population just started buying pinball machines and like creating these like personal collections in addition to the pinball that was already out in the wild. And so there are a few operators out here now. There's a few rather large pinball collections here in town. And so I started playing competitively in September of 22. And I looked it up last night. And since I like signed up with the IFPA, which is the International Flipper Pinball Association, whatever.
That's amazing.
It's a whole thing. I have an IFPA number. Like I compete for state every year.
Do you have like a sweet ID card where you're like flipping
No,
off?
but I should make one.
Yeah, you
That's a
should
good
make like
idea.
an ID
That's a good
card.
idea. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
put
sure.
your
I'll make some for me and my friends. Laminate them and everything.
yeah, laminate that shit.
Oh, I love that.
Do
That's a
do
really good
do
idea.
like McLovin and Superbad.
Yeah, totally.
Just says McLovin.
So I've played in 85 tournaments since I started.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I know. So dope.
Wow. Damn.
I try not to miss any. I'm going this weekend. I play in 3 tournaments this weekend.
Wow.
Playing Kurt's Classics on Friday night, and then I'm driving to Cruces to play 2 tournaments down there. There's one on Saturday that's open to men and women, and then Sunday is the Las Cruces Bells and Chimes tournament. Bells and Chimes is a loose confederation of groups of women across the country, women and non-binary players, trans.
Dope.
Only no boys allowed, basically. Is the rule.
Dope. Love it.
And we
All about
get
it.
together and we hold our own tournaments. And so if you are, female or non-binary identifying, you can play in the open with everybody involved. And then you can also, we have the separate sort of league. So it's the North American Championship Series. That's the open. And then there's the Women's North American Championship Series. So right now in the state, I'm ranked 6th in the open version and 8th in the tournaments that are classified as women only.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been so much fun. I've competed in Arizona and Texas, and I'll be competing in Colorado in October at the Colorado. What is it called? Hold on, I wrote it down. It's called CAW, but that's just a funny way of saying it. Anyway, CAW, Colorado Association of Women something or others.
I was
I'll
thinking
look it up.
COB. That was wrong, Brian.
Oh, no, it's CAWW. And they have information online.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been really fun. I didn't really think that I was going to make a lot of friends after. I almost said, but let me rephrase that.
There you go.
It's the Colorado Annual Women's Weekend, and it's being held in Lyons, Colorado. And it's a quaint little town with a bunch of classics machines. I never thought that I was going to make new friends at this stage in my life. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
But I ran into such a lovely set of folks that like it's hard for me to describe like how cool that is and how much we all have in common. We all have these like overlapping interests.
That's awesome.
But we all have like really interesting careers that are all different from each other. We all come with all this different life experience, and everyone is just so sweet and so nice. And even though we play competitively, like it's all in such a friendly fashion. And we've gone
Nice.
from like occasional tournaments to like a monthly tournament that Nick will run probably from the grave. He said literally until the end of time. That's the third Saturday of every
My
month.
cold dead hand.
Yeah, basically. And then Megan and I are running the Bells and Chimes events on the second Saturday of every month. And then Kurt runs his, and this other player, Matt, started running his own tournament. It's a three strikes tournament that he runs on the second Sunday of every month. Like it went from like a little pretty little like you know how babies are adorable but useless in some ways.
Right, sure.
And it's like
Shout
grown
out to
and it's grown.
babies. Little, adorable, and useless.
They're not useless, but you know what I mean? Kind of
But,
like
like,
impotent,
they
not a lot
can't
of
change the
autonomy.
oil in the car,
Right,
Get
yeah,
to work, buddy.
and
Wait,
now
this is
everybody
Trump's America. He'll put the babies to work. And now I think that all the
uh,
babies should all just go out and start changing the oil. I did it when
sweep the
I was but
forests.
a wee child. Oh god, now I don't know.
That's
That got
awful.
weird. I went off in a direction there. I apologize.
But yeah,
But
no, it's been a lot of fun. I encourage people to check it out if it's something that interests you, like if you're a gamer of any sort, if you've ever played pinball casually, if you want to like I said, like meet new people, challenge yourself in a new skill set. It's really good for eye-hand coordination. I lost
yeah,
more weight playing pinball in the last almost 3 years than I did in 7 years going to the gym because there's a lot of standing around, there's a lot of core
totally.
movement,
Right.
especially once you start moving the machines and like nudging and really getting into it. Like,
Right.
and then, you could play for hours. So it's like a
Yeah.
never-ending workout. I really encourage it wherever you
That's
are.
cool.
Look up
That's cool.
your local pinball hall, your local brewery or barcade, and give it a whirl. I can guarantee you that there's probably a pinball tournament happening near you almost every day in some places for sure, especially in the big cities. But
Absolutely.
most joints have a league or a tournament happening, regularly enough. And I highly, highly recommend it. So in the future for this segment, I will be highlighting I was thinking of talking about some of the manufacturers because the history is fascinating. It all comes from Chicago, and
Oh yeah.
originally these
Oh yeah.
companies were making slot machines, like the history of pinball, how it was outlawed in places like New York City until like the mid 70s. I mean,
Wow.
the
Okay.
lore behind it is like super intense. It was tied to mobsters due to the whole casino gambling angle for a
Mm-hmm.
long time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But my best friend still calls him money laundering.
Wow. Damn.
She was like,
That's
"Are you
legit.
engaging in money laundering?" And I'm like, "No, I mean it's fair. I
No, man, it's
I
just
get
quarters. I
something
mean,
for it.
be a
Yeah, and
lot of
it's a
quarters.
form of entertainment. I mean, but again, it has this sort of like attachment to like shady history of like the mid 20th century. So I'll
Sure,
talk
right.
about that. There's all sorts of new machines that have just come out that are coming out. There's Harry Potter just came out. Dungeons and Dragons just came out. And
Nice.
even within the last like year and a half, I mean, Foo Fighters,
What?
Pulp
Okay.
Fiction, and then there's
Okay.
all the old ones too. I mean, some of my favorite machines weren't even made in this century at all.
Right.
They were
Right.
made in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and then
Right.
the overlap with like video game companies like Sega. I mean, there's like, I've learned so much and it's just so interesting to me. So I promise to bore you regularly with what should I call this segment?
I was gonna say something about hitting balls, but that could really be a whole number of things. So I'm
We've
gonna
got
abstain.
we've got jokes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll call it Pinball is Life right now.
Yeah,
I'll
there you
probably
go.
change it. I'll think of
Okay.
something else.
No, I mean, I love it. I think it's super cool, so much so that when I was in New York for a while in 2023, I was going around to tons of places because I was just walking and going into random bars and other places, and there was just about always a pinball machine. So I'd take a picture and send it over to you, and I was like,
I really appreciated
this is
that.
pretty cool. Like it's pretty awesome. I do need to try and play one at some point again because it has been a
Well,
while,
you
but it
have all
is
sorts of awesome pinball places out in LA. I'll send you the list that we put in our Discord. We have a Discord. Yeah, New Mexico
nice.
Pinball, shout out.
There you go.
But one of our friends from Houston was out in LA for work and she asked and they answered. I mean, there's I'll send you the list.
Cool.
There's
Yeah.
at least a few, like at least 5 for sure, if not way more, especially if you expand your area of search. But I mean, there's a website called pinballmap.com. You could type in anywhere that you are in the world and it will
Dope.
show you where the closest machines that have been registered to that website are. Well, now that we've exhausted all of our attention span on pinball for the evening, I think that
We have attention spans?
they're barely hanging on just by
What?
like
A bird.
a
Okay.
squirrel.
Squirrel.
And I
Birds and
suspect
squirrels.
that is part of what happens to the folks in the next segment that we'd like to introduce. When we were talking about bringing the art of missing the point back, it all started with a conversation about starting a wholly different property called Dumb Criminals. But the more we talked about it and the more we thought about it, we realized that this is a segment that rolls like right into exactly what we've been talking about in terms of how people sometimes either without self-reflection or with self-reflection, they'll just go ahead and miss the point entirely and on purpose. And
Right. Absolutely on purpose.
there was no greater gift to this new segment that what went down recently at a Coldplay concert. I mean,
God.
we could write this ourselves if we wanted to, and we're
seriously,
not
y'all.
dumb. But
Yeah.
I looked at my phone the other day and I read something because on Twitter, I will continue to call it Twitter till the day that I die because I am that old and stubborn.
Fuckx.com, sorry. No, not sorry. Fuckx.com.
Yeah,
Fuck
not
fucking
sorry.
Elon Musk. Fuck you guys. Twitter for life.
Twitter for life, baby. I was like read something and it was in response to the story because I had already been out during the day, but I wasn't paying attention, and I walked into the other room and it's on the TV and my husband's like watching it and I'm like, what the? And he was like, have you heard about this? I was like, I read something but I didn't know what it was in regards to. So Brian, riddle me this: if you were, let's say you already are, so just be yourself but pretend you're like a shittier version of yourself. If you're some sort of high profile individual on this planet, and the reason you are such is because you have gained some level of understanding as to how technology works, right? Let's just keep it real general. And you are old enough to have perhaps been at an arena concert before.
Right.
And you decided that you were the type of trash bag to cheat on your wife, the head of your HR department. Would you attend very high profile seats at the arena concert, sold out, by the way? It was sold the fuck out, of one of the highest grossing, most popular mainstream global rock stars on the planet. Would you go to that concert with your head of HR as a couple?
If I were a shittier person, which I definitely don't like to think about and don't plan on being, but if I were, I would probably be stupid enough to do such a thing.
Would you?
I mean,
would you really go to Coldplay?
I feel like
with
if my
her?
head was that far up my ass already that I just kind of thought, you know, I'm such a douchebag that I'm going to just be like, hey, chief. And I think from what I saw about this, the woman that he was with, what did they call her? It wasn't even HR. She's like chief people officer. Cheap people officer. Well, that's also fitting because sorry about it. Chief people officer. Okay, chief. Like, man. So I'm just saying, like, yeah, I would not want to be that dumb.
It is that level of,
but
like,
I think I could be that dumb where I this dumb, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's some level of fucking douchebaggery. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Listen, I know I'm not supposed to say this out loud, but if you're going to commit a crime, do it well.
Right.
If you're incapable, unable, or unwilling to execute something that is, even if it's not against the law, something that's like unethical, maybe immoral, perhaps distasteful, or if somebody runs the risk of stabbing you because of it, like, I really am rooting for you to do well at it.
Ask
because
yourself the question, would this get me stabbed? And then
there you go. It's a good starting point. I'm sure we could develop an
consider
entire like
starting from
questionnaire for
there.
this issue.
Yeah.
But like
Will this get me stabbed? And it's just a diagram, you know?
it just like blows my mind that they thought they were going to be able to go incognito. And then of course, God bless Chris Martin, who I think is hilarious. Like I appreciate his like dry British humor. And I love that he called it out without like believing himself. He like thought it was a joke. And then it became immediately obvious that it was not a joke.
Right.
And I just, if a concert has a kiss cam, maybe don't take your mistress, boys.
Yeah. Don't go to a baseball game, a hockey game, really anything with a arena style vibe, you idiot, you giant fucking moron.
You're the only one there. Like, bro, there was like thousands of people there. What are the chances of somebody recognizing you? More than zero.
Right.
More than zero.
And for anyone who hasn't like paid attention to this, you know, this is a guy who's the CEO of a company called Astronomer, and his name is Andy Byron. And he, you know, he went with his HR chief to a Coldplay concert. What I love, chief people officer, Jesus Christ. What I love is that Chris Martin, like, he just like knew that it was happening too. Like, it was almost so
he was literally,
good.
Shit.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, you're either cheating or just really shy.
Yeah,
you're very shy."
But I
and
think
like
he
the
said
fact that he was able
cuff.
to just like pick this out,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you know what, dude, way to go. And he did handle it in that very sort of, you know, dry British witty way, which I respect. And the funny thing is, you know, one of my favorite bands on the planet is Oasis. Love Oasis until the end of time, and I'm fully convinced that one of the best things about 2025 is that Oasis is back together now, and I'm very excited to say that I'm going to get to see them on their reunion tour. Thank you very much to my amazing partner who surprised me with this, and I'm still honestly flabbergasted because I had already just decided that there's no fucking way it's going to happen.
That's awesome though.
So I'm super pumped, but to give another side of the British humor that is out there, Liam Gallagher at a recent Oasis concert said basically, y'all can do whatever the hell you want, but we're not going to spy on you like Coldplay does. Like,
damn,
no, leave it up to Liam Gallagher to just be like, he's kind of a dick, and I love the man. I mean, I love him so absolutely much. And I was like, okay, yeah, like
so
this works on so many levels. He's taking a stab at Coldplay, he's taking a stab at just like everybody. So like that's pretty great. But like now it's just ending up everywhere. I mean, we've got,
oh my god, the memes on Instagram and all of the reenactments have been. I mean, this is why I live for the internet. Just you'll wake up in the morning and be like, oh, I'm not going to spend 3 hours on this, but I will spend 2.5 just watching all of these clever people just like do the whole thing. All so funny. And I mean,
and you know what? Big shout out to Jon Stewart, John Oliver, Seth Meyers,
Jimmy Fallon,
and Jimmy Fallon. Yes, for doing their own little bit on it with Stephen Colbert now that he has been unceremoniously canceled.
Speaking of travesties, what
CBS? Yeah, that's probably another good little snippet for us to just drop in there that we don't even need to expand on too much, but is definitely missing the point, because if there's anybody who's missing the fucking point, it's Paramount and CBS, kids, because not the best move as far as I'm concerned, but I do love when the comedy world just takes a fucking flag and just runs with it, and
everybody
just
comes together and just really doubles down.
Like, you know what? We're gonna lift this flag and jam it right in somebody's eyeball. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty key missing the point action here right now. But as far as I know, the dude has now like resigned in shame and a number of fuck around and find out. Like, that's it, bro, you know? And you are a dumb criminal.
That's what we're going to call this segment. Dumb criminals, :space. Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out. That's right, because that is fucking around and finding out. And you, my friend, are a dumb criminal. And also, I mean, this is my finishing thought here. With your head of HR, I mean...
I know. The husband and I were just, like, flabbergasted at this, like, incredibly gross detail. Like, sure... Right. younger woman, the nanny. None of these are okay. Cheating is not okay.
Right.
Going out
Right.
behind your partner's back is not okay. But like
Absolutely.
the added layer of, I mean, is it even irony at this point? Just
No.
complete like what is the
Even
noun
Alanis Morissette
form
would
of,
say this
like,
is not irony.
imbecility?
Yeah, there we go. If
Is
it's
that
not
a
a word,
word?
we're calling it.
All
It's
right, it's a word
imbecility.
now. It's
Imbecility. It's a
imbecility.
word
Like
now. It's
like you're
out
so
there.
far up your own ass. You think so
Right.
highly of
You
yourself
just think I
that
can get away with absolutely
anything.
anything.
And it's like
Yeah.
we could not like
Turns out Coldplay called your number, biatch. Deal with that. And like, come on, bro. Like, HR's job is basically always to just protect the company, everybody. Like, that's basically it. And so, like, there wasn't a shining light in this person's brain that was like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't do this because this will probably hurt the company that you seem to love so much.
Nope.
You apparently love more than your wife, dipshit.
Ooh.
So,
well, and they shot themselves in the foot and they shot the bag, which is what makes them a dumb fucking criminal.
a dumb fucking criminal. Fuck around and find out. Well, there you go. You know what? I feel pretty good about this. I think
me
we've
too. I missed
earned
you.
our Scooby snacks.
Yeah.
I missed you. Yes.
This is going to be fun.
Very, very grateful to you for getting back into this
It's my absolute
little
honor
thing
and
with me.
pleasure. I missed it. I missed this so much. This makes me feel like a normal person, if that makes any sense.
Agreed. Yes, I feel the exact same way. And we shall continue on because the horrors persist, and so do we. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And we would like to thank Great Fox for our theme song.
I can't wait to hear it again. I love that song.
Yeah, it's such a good song. It's like so catchy and well produced. Like
it's very pretty.
I have to say, I've known Great Fox for a long time. He is a really awesome musician who originally I met in New Mexico in the electronic music scene out there. And he produces some of the most just crisp, clear, just great sounding vocals that I have ever heard. And it's also because he has such a cool persona behind his vocals. And so I really highly encourage anyone out there to please go out and purchase some of his music. You can find him on Bandcamp. He is a great fox and absolutely worth your time. So thank you so much for hitting us up at one point many years ago and being like, I have a song called The Point. And I was like, what the holy shit.
And it's perfect.
The lyric was already in there.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? So thank you. Thank you, Great Fox. We really appreciate you. And thank you to the internet for providing us with just endless humor
and horrors.
And as always, if you have your own stories you want to submit or you want to get in touch with us or anything else, you can email us at theartofmissingthepoint@gmail.com. You can find us on all the relevant social media networks out there, of course, as well. And you can also seek and find our own personal social medias if you are able
Clever enough.
You have to tell us how old you think we are first.
I will not follow you back unless you make a solid guess.
There you go. That's it. Unless you make a solid guess or one that is spot on, then you do not get a follow back.
People that know us don't get to answer this, by the way. The family and friends are absolutely excluded. You don't.
Sorry. We love you all, but you don't get to.
No. You already know too much.
Contest. Yeah. No purchase necessary to enter, but if you know us, tough beans. It's your gift is you know us.
Yeah. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Deal with that. So what's our final thought then for the day?
Well, what have we learned today, Brian?
What have we learned
What
today?
lesson can we draw from the hodgepodge of human inanity that we have brought together? Don't cheat is my first one.
Don't cheat. Yeah. Don't be a total asshole garbage bag of a human.
I feel that's a good place to start.
That's pretty it,
It again
in the hierarchy, Yeah.
It comes up so much in the type of content that we use for the show that I feel like it's important for us to absolutely 100% come out on the side of saying cheating is missing the point.
Right. It's totally
missing the point on purpose.
Yeah.
And you're doing it and you're hurting people when you do that. If you don't want to be in a relationship or you want to be in a relationship with someone else, those things are allowed. But walking around behind someone's back
is a thing, man.
Is going to hurt their feelings, and that's not okay. It makes you a dumb criminal, and it means that
Dumb
you
criminal.
are not getting it. You're missing the point, which
You're missing the point.
is that fair for tonight?
It is. It also means that you might end up on our podcast. So just beware is all I can say. All right.
Careful out there.
You might be here, and
You might be here. This is
I
not
don't
where you
feel
want to
bad
be.
about that. And this is not where you want to be. That's not the hot seat you want, y'all. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, as always, I have to say thank you, Ruth, for being my partner in crime here.
Thank you, Brian, for being such an excellent host and a wizard at audio engineering. This is going to sound sick.
That's right. It better. Otherwise, I didn't earn my Scooby snack. And I like earning my Scooby snacks. Thank you to everyone for listening and tuning in once again. Please share the podcast with your friends, your family, your parents, your dog. I don't care. You know what? We love it if you share it and you listen to it and follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. You can get in touch with us, of course, again at theartmissingthepoint@gmail.com or at our website, theartmissingthepoint.com. We are always interested to hear from you. So tune in next time where we will bring you some more incredibly entertaining bullshit from the internet and ask if we're missing the point, if you're missing the point, or if the whole damn world is missing the point. And we'll see what everybody thinks. As always, I am Brian.
This is Ruth.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
What's the use in growing old when it seldom brings wisdom? What's the use in sharing yourself when it only brings more pain? What's the use in going against our most primal animal nature? What's the point in coming back when you do it all over again? I'm starting to miss the point. I'm starting to miss it. Starting to miss the point. I'm starting to miss it. Starting to miss the point. I'm starting to miss it. Starting to miss the point. I'm starting to miss the point. To miss the point. Starting to miss the point. I'm starting to miss it. Starting to miss the point. I'm starting.